How to even describe Sekiro? You know what? Let's pretend none of the Souls games exist, okay? Let's just try to imagine that and I'll try to describe what Sekiro is. So we start the game with a rather typical Japanese setting and characters. The whiny, overly smart kid, the overbuffed bad guy, and the main hero who is so stoic he could shit a brick and not even flinch or make a sound beside shh. But as for the game, well, it's a third person, fighting, hack and slash, kind of a thing. Basically, the game will literally pound your face in up until you finish it, and you will like it. Like religiously fanatical hoe, you'll come back for more, and though every time you're doing a little bit better, you'll barely scrape by. Basically, you'll kill a tough enemy, take 5 steps, and get pounded sideways again with different set of tools by a different enemy. If there's a way to describe Sekiro's gameplay, it's a dance. A dance in a world-class competition, when you just yesterday learned a few steps. Every single misstep or ill-timed move. The game will teach you to dance. It will teach you... Oh crap. No! He's a pro wrestler! Seriously. Just look at this! Tonight, a WW Sekiro! Oh shit.
This summer in SummerSlam! WW Sekiro!
That too, indeed. Still, the gameplay tends to be quite fast-moving, even though it seemingly has this slow song and dance combat. But that's the beauty of it. You get to move about the world quick, but when it's time to shank some bitch, you take your sweet time. See, this game possesses something that no other does. Get it? No other? 'Cause I'm not mentioning Dark. I mean, the game possesses the sense of intimacy. The fact that you get to see every move your enemy makes, sometimes too many times, and you get the time and chance to use every weapon and skill till you are, as said, intimately familiar with it all. In fact, I fought Snake Eyes so much and so hard I almost shot myself once. Seriously, I'm not kidding. I almost anally exploded once when fighting her. Sure, I might have eaten some spicy food beforehand, but I was close, damn it! Now, as for the graphics, they're bad. They're really bad. First, some characters move their mouths when speaking, others don't. It's just bizarre, and animations too are just off. And a lot of them are straight copy-paste from Dark Souls. Also, it's worth mentioning that Sekiro attempts stealth gameplay. Frankly, it's so bad that I can't even compile enough words to describe how bad it is.
Hey! Intruder! Where are you? Come out! What? Nothing. Probably wind.
Yet where stealth fails, the combat art shine. The fact that you have a rather big collection of skills and stances and ways to inflict anal damage is just pleasure to try and attempt. But the thing that bothered me the most, beside the lazy prop placement, is that Japan is a beautiful country. This game could have taken so much inspiration from the beautiful scenery found in their own land. But nope, we get drab and ugly greens, washed out greys and browns. Then of course the models, especially the world, the levels themselves. It just looks like something from Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3 era. Wink wink nudge nudge. I think that they blew all their budget on the stupid serpent. Sure, it's gorgeous, but come on. Yet there was one thing that I found absolutely delightful as soon as I got a weapon and killed someone. The blood! Oh, the blood! The massive geyser blood fountains are quite typical of Japanese horror and parody, and I love it! Every creature just feels like a corporeal balloon ready to squirt out all of its insides on the tiniest prick, expelling all the internal fluids in one massive jet stream of joy! Damn it, I love it! But returning to the gameplay, well, I did say that the game had fast-paced motion out of combat. Well, that's a good thing indeed, but in order to save players, well, from themselves, an invisible wall or a stop is put in every walkable platform to prevent the poor Sekiro from diving into the depths of Earth. This and poor collision boxes have a nasty habit of preventing you from jumping or dodging out of danger. In fact, the spear guy you see right now managed to get stopped himself numerous times by those things. And of course, I do enjoy these wonderful collisions and walls blocking me, causing more death. Unlike the combat, collisions, and in fact most combat zones, or rather arenas, are woefully underdeveloped. Frankly, a lot of them just feel way too small or restrictive. Oh, but I must mention that I played with English dubbing, and once more, From Software has acquired an amazing array of voice talent for the game.
Hey!
I found out what the samurai want.
Oh, you mean it, good sir?
Yes. It seems they're low on salt.
Salt, you say? Hmm? Well, you eat it.
It was even more formidable than we'd heard. We were reckless.
It's faint, but yes, I can hear it. As if it is calling out for someone, crying. Perhaps it is calling to me?
Another rat. But those eyes. A starving wolf. Before I kill you, tell me your name. Tell me your name! No name to give. You shinobi are all the same. You die nameless, with no one to mourn you. However, your left arm, that prosthetic shinobi arm, it reminds me of... That's it. A one-armed wolf. I like it. Which means Sekiro. That is what I shall name you. Who?
It's an absolute joy to find a new NPC to talk to, or even an enemy. Bravo! Yet, unlike voice work, the sound effects, now those are lacking a lot. Like here, the roof tiles. Many have pointed out that they're fucking loud, but nope, barely any sound. In fact, a lot of things just have minimal sound design, which is honestly saddening. But at the end of the day, there really is nothing like a proper challenge. A single player game that just oozes dedication and love. And as the final part, let's just do what everyone does and compare Sekiro to Dark Souls. As I hinted previously, From Software were clearly copy-pasting a lot of Dark Souls, menus, animations, combat, and whatnot else. Though they did try to change it up, collisions and movement just felt unrefined in comparison to the rest of the games. Oh, just admit it, you want to do the roly-polies and dodge everything. Indeed, there are no more iframes to rely on, though there's also no more stamina that would prevent you from fighting more. Sekiro is basically a faster Dark Souls. I like it to a point, but it just feels like the task of making the game was given to a B team, not a collective. As a whole, it lacks depth for me that the Dark Souls 1 and 3 had, and visuals coming from Dark Souls 3 is a clear downgrade. Still, no matter how you slice it, the game stands head and shoulders above any game that I played in the last 5 years at least, not counting Dark Souls 1 or 3. Oh, and you too, Doom, you magnificent blood-spilling beauty, you. So, as a rare case, I'm giving the game full recommendation. Just go and pick it up now. It's worth every cent, penny, and potato, and even more. The industry definitely needs more games that challenges the player. But what about you? Have you played the game, and what do you think of it if you have? Do let me know all that down below. I'll take a look. As for now, I'll go die again. Slam. Oh, dick. You fucking dick.